Hi guys, so once again we're back again for another episode of
As Real As It Gets.
As Real As It Gets. So over the probably I was thinking about what it is that I could come and speak to you guys about, and it kinda hit me in a sense that maybe what happened to me over the probably last couple of 2 weeks, maybe I should come and talk about it, and instead of just coming back out like blah. So what I could say, how best I could go about this, boy? How best I could go about it? From about 2 weeks ago, it could even be before that, I was consistently telling a baby I feel that I need to fast, I need to pray, I need to fast and pray. Now I didn't say we, because usually when we're praying and fasting is something that we always do together. It's never usually an individual thing, but I just keep getting a message to me that, Antonio, you need to pray and fast. So I keep telling her that, but I keep procrastinating. I keep forgetting about it. And only last week I basically said, I said, baby, I'm praying and fasting this week. She is usually the prayer warrior here, like the real prayer warrior. I pray too. Our kids pray, something that we enforce in our home, and it's something that we encourage, I should say. Because it's important to center yourself and have yourself grounded. So it's something that I needed to do. So for a couple of days, I was kind of off social media, not feeding into different things, not getting too much into what is really taking place. I just needed to spend a little time with myself and a little time with God, who created me. You understand? Because sometimes you realize you're going about your everyday stuff and you're doing things consistently, and you're doing what you're supposed to do, but sometimes you realize you're not really centered, or you lose your center. You lose your center a little bit, and I think that when you try to get centered from the person, when you use the person that you're with, a human being, to be centered, it kind of takes away from them. If you understand what I'm saying, your centering should be something spiritual, and the only person who can do that to you is the person who created you. If that makes any sense to you guys. I don't care whether you serve, if your God is Allah, if your God is Jesus Christ, you always need a center. I needed to fast for those couple of days because I realized we were going about our stuff, doing our things normal, taking care of the children, prepping for school. We weren't normal. Everything was doing accustomed. It was how we are accustomed doing things. Everything was running the way they're accustomed running. But I started to realize to myself, it's like, I'm not connecting with my wife. And when I say not connecting, fellas, we start to realize all ladies have temperature gauges. Understand? That is important to understand. All ladies have temperature gauges. So if you're connected to somebody or connected to a woman, because what happens to us a lot of times, this cannot be a coincidence, because we think about a lot of the same things at the exact same time. If I'm in work and she's at home in Shogunas, I feel her energy, she can feel my energy, because that is something that we share. And I realized that it's something, I wasn't feeling, fellas, if your wife is angry, upset, indifferent, as I said, the temperature gauge, this be there. You feel something, you share that energy with them every single day. And I realized to myself, I wasn't feeling anything from my wife. I loved her, I was still in love with her, all of these things. But I realized that for some reason or the other, we weren't sharing any energy. I usually feel something from her, whether she's upset, whether she's happy-go-lucky, whether she's on the verge of getting angry, whatever it is, whether she's feeling a bit down, I sense all these things from her, and I wasn't feeling anything at all. And it kind of worried me, and I was like, Antonio, maybe this is what you're supposed to be doing. So I needed to take time for myself, because as I said, we were doing everything we were accustomed doing, nothing changed, but something disconnected somewhere for some reason or the other, and I don't think there's anything that we actually did or didn't do. You understand? So I realized that I needed to center myself and focus on God and who created me, because at the end of the day, we didn't come here by ourselves. You understand? Believe in whoever it is you want to believe in. Once it impacts you positively, and once you don't make things your idols. I love Manchester United, I love my wife, I love my kids. But nothing is greater than the person who created you, and you are always going to get a consistent reminder of that. You understand? I needed those couple of days to realize to myself, like, you're seeing what is going on in the world today, what is going on with our people. And I was having a little conversation with my son the same way. He when you remember the little talk where he asked, he was like, he saw a gray cloud in the sky and he saw a white cloud in the sky and rain started to fall and he was like, Daddy, the devil and God fighting. I said, the devil and Jesus is fighting. I said, what do you mean by that? But I understood what he meant because this is something that was kind of taught to us when we were growing up. The same way we need to change these kind of rhetorics in the minds of our kids. I had to ask him some certain questions because I know what he was attributing to the gray cloud. I asked him, I said, who is the gray cloud? He said, Satan. I said, and who is Jesus? The white cloud? He said, okay. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, what do you get from the gray cloud? When it swells up, what happens? It bursts, and then what comes out of it? He says, well, water, Daddy. I said, okay. And what do you need water to do? He said, you need water to drink. And I said, if you don't drink any water, I said, what happens to you? I said, you will wither and die. I said, water is a form and a source of life. Are you telling me that the devil is providing you with water to sustain yourself and the things that grow and live around you? He was like, oh. And then I said, every single thing that you see, every single thing that you hear, every single thing that is born is created by God. He said, so, Daddy, why it still have famine in the world? Why it still have all this? I said, because what happens is this, we blame God for these things, you know? But what we have to ask ourselves is, God gave us everything. Everything that we have, He gave us in abundance. We have it in abundance. But He also gave us the ability to do what? To choose. And we all, as I said, the human race upsets me sometimes because we take things, we contaminate it, we use it, and we distort it to the worst of our abilities instead of using it for the most positive of things. So I always say, how can people blame God for what is happening in the world today instead of taking aspect of ourselves, who we are as a human race? Why is there famine? Not because there is no God. It's not that God not coming and do anything. You know what the fact of the matter is? The fact of the matter is that God gave us every single thing that we have here today in abundance. But we take it and we distort it. We don't use it for the good things that we need to do. So then what happens? People get left behind. Not because of God, because of the choices that we make. If you understand what I'm saying, it's about the choices that we make as a people. If your natural instinct and your natural aura isn't to assist your fellow man, be there for your fellow man, be concerned for your fellow man, then you need to look at yourself, because God isn't just somebody who lives up in the sky. I always have to explain to my son it. God lives within you. He lives within you by the way that you treat people, you speak to people, the way that you care for people, the way that you love for people. I said, that is what God is about. You understand? There are a lot of people who run to church every single day and they can't tell you anything about God because they don't have any type of relationship with Him. Whereas there are people who are outside of the church and they're sitting and they're connecting with Him in their own way. We need to understand that people are struggling in the world today. I needed to fast because I realized that we were disconnecting here for some reason or the other, and it was not a physical thing. You understand? We have to realize that there are spiritual forces that are fighting in the world today, and to keep your household safe, you have to be connected to God in some way, because you must believe in something. You can't not believe in anything. You understand? And just expect that you came here, you didn't just come here. Promote positive energy, promote love. You understand? Every single day we go out, we realize that it's a struggle left and right. We always see these cartoons where you have the devil on one side and you have God on the next. You know, these things didn't just come about just like that. It's almost like if you're getting messages of how you live today. Every single day you wake up, you have decisions to make. You have decisions to make. And these decisions that you make impact the way that you live your life. Do not be consumed by the things. It sounds kind of cliche, but don't be consumed by the things of the world. We live in the world. We live in this system that we live in. You understand? But the things that you invest your time and your energy into, the things that you place your eyes on, the things that you listen to, the things that you speak every single day, that's what you put into other people and you're putting back into yourselves. You understand? And we need to get on a level where we need to understand that if you're natural, or we love to want forgiveness from God, but we as human beings fail to forgive each other every single day. But we want God to forgive us all the time. It doesn't make sense. You know, we sound very, very, very hypocritical as our people sometimes. So what you need to do sometimes in your home, you need to take time and spend time with God. If that makes sense to you. You need to realize that something is something is happening and it's not what you are doing physically, but something other than that or something besides that. Because at the end of the day, they call him the devil. He does not like a happy home because this is powerful to him. This is something that breaks his energy. It breaks the things that he is trying to do. And we need to open our eyes to that. Continue connecting with each other. You see, she's sitting here right now and she didn't say much in the episode today, because she almost knew that this is something that I really needed to do. But you see where she is, she's sitting right beside me because she understands where the support is. I realized that was a moment that I needed to rock back and be like, something isn't right. I'm not connecting with her. Guys, we have to be open and honest when we are listening and we are hearing what is going on with our partners. It's not always about the things that are said or the things that are done. You have to feel them. You have to connect with them. And I literally was not feeling anything there, and it was worrying to me. You understand? And I just realized that she's the type of person that she will run herself into the ground if I don't come and say, baby, you need to take a step back. Baby, you need to rub back. Baby, you're pushing yourself too hard. And that's where we complement each other. You have to understand when your partner is lacking, not only physically, but sometimes if she isn't strong spiritually in a particular moment, you have to pick up that mantle. You're supposed to be running with that mantle as a matter of fact. You understand? Because this is your support system here. So always remember, I want to end with this because I don't want to go in too long, and I know the episode might have been a bit different today, but I think it's something that people needed to hear. Remember that religion is a subset of spirituality, not the other way around.
I just want to say one
You
thing.
do your thing now. You say what you gotta say. You go ahead.
We as women as well have to make sure and pray. For me, I believe if our husbands, our other half, not grounded, or you feel they may not be grounded, you take that step. Well, you say I run myself in the ground, but take that step to ground your family, ground your home. Pray, bruise your knees. Always remember to pray, because prayer, I believe, keeps a family, keeps a home, keeps you. So I stay quiet at this moment because I feel proud, because I just pray a lot. I might have my way, I might be a little loud, I might have my way, but see, when that moment are quiet, or that's that moment by myself, or just any moment, I just real pray. And to see when he took this opportunity to do that, to take that time with God, it touched me. And it says a lot. When he says that he wanted to do this today, I was like, yes. We might think that God has taken long to answer prayers sometimes, but this was one of my prayers, just for him to be grounded, for him to connect more with him, and he took this opportunity. So I was like, yes. So we have to be able to always continue to pray. We as women pray no matter what. It might be long, it might be hard, but pray.
Yeah. Because
eventually the prayers will be answered. Make sure you're praying, so you better believe. Because if you don't believe, well, nothing gonna happen.
You're making sense.
So pray. That's all I have to say.
Because what you put up here and what you speak here and what you see with this and hear with this is what you manifest. These are the things you manifest. Try to surround yourself with as much positivity as you can. It is paramount. What you feed into your soul is what you feed into your partner. What you feed into each other is what you're going to feed into your kids. That's why I always go back and say, when I look at parents, I don't study the parents, I study the children. So I'm glad that I got this opportunity, and I needed to, and she didn't even have to say anything. She didn't have to say anything. This is something that hit me, and I just realized that I needed to do, and I thank God for that. You understand? So guys, thank you again. It may have been a little lengthy today, but I thank you for listening to us, hearing the message that we wanted to put out today. And we're gonna be back again with some real questions. So don't be worried, but this is a message that you guys needed to hear. Stay good, keep loving your household, and we love you guys. And remember, you're gonna get nothing here but ultimate and total realness.
Real.